Whoops. Hey y'all. Welcome to the Chef Live Coding and Office Hours stream. You're here with the developer relations team at Chef Software, and we're going to share our projects this week and also answer any questions that come up in the chat. Also, if you want to tweet your questions at us. My Twitter handle is at Jody, and Mandy's is at LinuxChick, LNXCHK. Is that correct, Mandy? Awesome. Cool. So you can tweet us your questions too if you want to. Otherwise, join in the chat, and that might be a little bit easier because we can all keep an eye on the same thing. So yeah, without any further ado, we can kind of jump into what we're working on this week. Let's see. I've got there's Mandy in the chat. Hey Mandy. I'm trying to see. There we go. I just needed to refresh my screen. All right. And we also have another TTV viewer. Nice. Hello. Nice to see you. Hey, Quick Brown Dog. Good to see you there too. Anyway, we're picking up kind of where we left off last week, which was working on a Terraform plan that spins up a Chef server inside of Chef Automate, and then also spins up a couple of workstations that have the ability to communicate with the Chef server via knife. When we ended last week, I was stuck on an error during the deploy phase where it was saying basically the configuration file for knife wasn't readable or something. So we'll have to pick up kind of troubleshooting that. And then the other thing we're working on, Steve is working on, oh, by the way, say hi, Steve. He is on the bridge of the USS Enterprise. Is that correct? Awesome. I will admit I ashamedly am not a Trekkie. I have not watched probably more than an episode or two. Oh, and I also did watch the whatever movie they did about saving the whales. I watched that movie when I was in middle school. So I have that in my memory, but that's about it. But I realize I am one of very few in this industry who is not a Star Trek fan. So I have to keep up with my my lingo and my pop culture there. Anyway, so Steve is our teammate as well. He has a stricter focus on the instructor-led trainings that we create and deliver. He's an awesome instructional designer. And this week he is working on trying to get a Learn Chef Rally module out there for you that kind of describes how to get knife connected to your Chef server without downloading the starter kit, which is oh, hey Nell, how you doing? I just saw you in the chat. How's it going? And I see Garth in the chat as well, under the Chef Software tag. Anyway, so we're trying to get a Vagrant file that will create uh-oh, now we have Star Trek opinion wars going on in the chat. Garth says Discovery was better than Picard. Uh-oh. I also am kind of upset that you have to pay to watch Picard. Since wasn't CBS kind of one of the freer channels to begin with, and now they're like, nope, you got to pay for all our content. I guess that is how everybody's going, but anyway, back to the project. We're trying to get a Vagrant file that spins up a Chef server for users just in their, like on their local workstation. So the Vagrant File would use probably VirtualBox, Oracle VirtualBox, I think, and spin up an instance of Chef Server so that you could kind of connect to that from your workstation command line. CBS was free for all. Oh, crap. Well, I should have been on watching all the Star Trek for the last month. I wonder if it's still free. I should check it out. I have, oh my gosh, does anybody else have ridiculously long lists of things to watch and read now that stay home, stay safe is a thing? Yeah, like I had long lists to begin with, but now like the number of games that I have unplayed in my stream account is like multiplying. The books I have to read, I borrowed a book from my sister and I still haven't returned it to her because it's like sitting there waiting to be read. Oh my gosh, the shows, like every morning our like whole organization gets together and does a coffee chat, and I think like every morning in that 30 minutes, I get at least 4 more recommendations of things to watch or like listen to as a podcast. It's crazy. If you have ADD, this time is yours. Like, this is crazy. Anyway, or not, depending on how you look at it, I guess. Anyway, so as is the case with all projects that I work on, or all the projects I've worked on so far on this stream at least, I stole this Vagrant file from an already existing Learn Chef module that spins up Chef Automate. And so my goal was that I wouldn't have to write a whole Vagrant file. I would just be able to like change a couple of lines and deploy Chef Server instead of Chef Automate. But I've gone through and let's see. I don't have the original version because this was just like playing around in a sandbox and I didn't want to track my changes or anything. But basically what this Vagrant file does is it defines a couple of scripts at the beginning to be used later on. The first script goes through and writes a configuration setting for Chef Automate for the data collector token so that when users run through this Learn Chef Rally module and spin up this Vagrant box using this Vagrant file, what will happen is they'll already have the authentication configured so that they're like, I think it spins up also a CentOS system that the inspec runs against, and so that system can communicate with the Automate system and send its information in. That's what this whole first script does. It goes through and says, use the Chef Automate command and patch the configuration based on the file here. The next script then goes through and this response portion forces the user to answer a licensing question. Do you accept our license terms? Since it's a Learn Chef Rally module, the license terms are just like for testing. So it's just kind of there to call out like, hey, this is a new step in the process. You will have to accept the license. So you go through and hit yes. And originally, all it had was not the product Chef Server part, but just this accept terms and MLSA. And so I was like, well, maybe I can just add in this new -- product flag that's part of the new deployment package in Chef Automate and just indicate I want Chef Server to run. And so I tried that. And it ran through the whole first portion just fine, but then it like timed out trying to deploy the Chef Server service. And so I thought perhaps it was this configuration setting that we were setting that that was causing it to break somehow. And so I deleted that from from the list of commands that it should run. But I'm still getting an error on that. So I'm thinking our coworker Robin shared with us a pretty cool blog post that goes through and tells you how to configure Docker to spin up a Chef server. And so I'm kind of thinking, since this is turning out to be a little more complicated than I have the ability to go through right now, like it probably would be easier for me to just go through and write a whole new Vagrant file that just goes through and does the Chef server commands that are needed. And if I'm going to do that, then we might as well just do the Docker tutorial that Robin shared with us. So yeah, Steve, I don't know if we can get, if we can capture all of that. If you want to capture all of the Docker portion or all of the, if we had a Vagrant file, they could just download that and deploy it. With Docker, would it be beneficial to have them go through and run the commands to set up Chef server themselves as well? Or does that detract from the focus of like getting knife configured without downloading the starter kit? Oh, sorry. I forgot to silence my phone. Oh, Steve, I think you're muted, or yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know how far out of sync I am with the Twitch because I'm on Zoom.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how far out of sync I am with the Twitch.
Oh.
Okay, so I'll just keep talking so I don't.
Yeah, if you mute the Twitch, then it won't have the feedback in the background.
I'll just type. I'll type it in Twitch.
Oh, okay. So basically, my question was, if we're going to go the Docker route, do you think it's valuable to share with them the way to set up Chef Server with Docker, like the steps that we're going to go through anyway? Or do you want to kind of capture that so they don't have to go through it? Okay. All right. So we should focus on getting those, that stuff captured so that people don't have to go through it themselves. Whoops. Let's see if I can pull up, where was that? Oh, here we go. Here is the tutorial we were talking about. And I'll share that in the Twitch chat too, so you all can follow along if you want to. Maybe. Uh-oh. Sorry. There we go. All right. There's my Twitter stream now. Here we go. Okay. So this is walking through how to install Chef Server inside a Docker container. I think, Steve, what you want to do is basically like provide them an image they can just download. Is that right? Yeah, this is kind of a lot of steps.
Is this something you think you'd create and like upload to Docker Hub that they can just pull in then?
Yeah. I'm also not entirely sure how many of these steps are necessary. Like, or how current this is. Oh, I guess it's from August of last year, so it's relatively current, but it also doesn't utilize the sweet Chef Automate stuff. So maybe we could go through and okay, so you want them to be able to go through, download a Docker container that includes a pre-configured Chef server. And then all they really have to do is copy the .pem directory that's been created for the user. Means, oh, okay, so, okay. Okay, right. Are all of the modules on Learn Chef Rally that involve Chef Infra Server, are all of those using Manage or Chef Solo? Or are there any that actually go through and have people configure a Chef server? I wonder. This is docs. Let's go here and find out. Let's go into infrastructure automation, because that is most likely where we will find the Chef Infra Server. Oh, we should add a card to JIRA so that we to like go through and update all of the modules that reference Chef Server and update them to Chef Infra Server and Chef Infra Client probably. Or I guess if we're like rolling out solutions instead. Or like solution-based stuff. It doesn't matter product names anymore. Okay. So let's do Red Hat. I'm just going through this module to see how we teach people how to create the Chef server for this module here, because maybe it will already have what we need. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go on premises and see if it teaches you how to set up your Chef server. Yes, it looks like it does in this step. So So Steve, maybe we can just have this module or this step here be a prerequisite to the knife module, because then they will have already gone through and set up Chef server. Let's see. Oh, yeah. They have a script right here that people can just copy to install it. Let's see what it does. So, updating the packages available creates staging directories for the packages it's going to download. Downloads Chef Server Core, which is not entirely up to date. Let's see what the latest version of Chef Server is. 13.1. So it's not super far off. It might be pretty easy to test on 13.1, just the same script. Yeah. We could just go through and see if these all work. Then, oh, but this is having them set it up in like an actual virtual instance instead of like an in-system. Well, they could use the script wherever anyway, but okay, so then they're downloading the Chef Server package and installing it, configuring, and then here is the important part, creating an admin user. And here's where they're dropping the user file that will be needed. So then we can just reference that later. And then an org. And adding the chef admin user as an associated user to the org. Cool. Well, this is pretty usable, I think, Steve. This is just all they need to go through and do on, I don't know. I guess if you want them to use Docker specifically, we could figure out how to instruct them to set up a Docker container for this. And then just like maybe just a plain old Ubuntu image on it. And then they should be able to just run this and copy the file from that Docker container over.
What else is going in this module that isn't like actually covered in the one that you're looking at? So like if you scroll down, like the knife.rb stuff is in there.
Oh.
As a copy pasta
of the stuff that we're gonna do anyway.
I missed the description of like all the stuff you're trying to do, but like the knife.rb setup is in there after you do the install.
Yeah, let's see. Configure your workstation.
If you go on to like step 2, configure your workstation, and then like there's your knife file. So this should probably be updated to config.rb anyway, but
yes. And we're also now recommending people use a credentials file, I think, so that they can switch between profiles. And the knife.rb doesn't allow them to do that, but it still is fairly close to the same steps needed. So here they're copying the PEM file to their own directory, and then here is just where we would say, instead of creating a knife.rb, create a credentials file, put default or learn chef default or something for the profile name.
Yeah, maybe just update this module instead of writing another new one.
Yeah.
If we needed that for something else, though, I don't know.
Or pull the, pull this portion out and highlight it somehow. Yeah, Steve, what do you think of that? Oh, I think you're typing. Sorry, I'll let you. Oh, in the meantime, might be a good time. Oh, here we go. The request was to set up Knife to be able to connect to a number of Chef Infra servers. Yeah, so if you follow this portion, if you follow the steps in this section of the module, the only thing you would need to actually update in order to allow multiple Chef Infra servers is down here in configure your workstation. Instead of creating the knife.rb file in .chef, you're going to create a file called credentials with no file extension, just credentials. And in there, where was that? Info. I think it's in docs. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. So in the credentials file, what you're going to add is the node name, the client key, and the chef server URL. I don't think you need all of this other stuff. But yeah, I don't think you do. I think you can get by with just this. Oh, actually, it's in my that's the file that's breaking in my Terraform project. So, get out of here. Why is that happening? Go away. Okay. In my Chef Automate file, let's see. Shoot. Oh yeah, here we go. I'm using a template file to create the credentials file at .chef/credentials. And when I run it, it's saying there's like a character in the file that is making it unable to parse the file. Let me see if I can find my template. Credentials, here we go. Okay, so this is all you need. Client name, client key, and chef server URL. So it's a lot easier than the knife.rb file, I think, anyway. A lot more straightforward. You just need like the bare essentials. And on top of that, it gives you the ability, like we were saying, to like switch between the different profiles. So if you do have multiple Chef Infra servers that you're managing, makes it a lot easier to manage it without having to move into different .chef directory hiding somewhere else on your workstation. Anywho, so yeah. I am actually, let's run this now. I should have run it before, before I started streaming, since it takes like 20 or 30 minutes to go through and actually spin it up. So, log in, and let's see, we will apply this. Oh, I made changes in here, but I don't remember making changes, and I haven't saved them, so I'm thinking maybe it's just a typo. Fingers crossed. Hopefully. like that, where I accidentally type in the file instead of in my command line, in my terminal. Yes. Let's see. I wish there was a way to highlight changes in VS Code. If anybody knows of a way to do that, besides just saying Control Z and trying to figure out where. Oh, right there. Redo. Oh, it was just simply a tab, it looks like, spacing. Oh, right, because it got some like character space that it wasn't expecting. So I was like, maybe it has to do with how I wrote it in the Terraform file. But if you were with us last week, Will was saying he didn't think that was it, but he also, I forget what he thought it might be, but he wasn't like 100% sure how to fix it. And I have no idea how to fix it. So, oh yeah. So maybe this is a good time to give away this adorable unicorn pug in honor of National Unicorn Day, which was yesterday. Yeah, right? Like the most important holiday to be celebrating ever, let alone right now, probably. So if it... Basically, if you're here right now, you qualify for this lovely prize. And all you have to do is, I don't know, Mandy, I'm thinking like maybe either like tell me who you're going to give it to, who would love it, or if you want it because you would love it, tell me that. Or like your best sob story about why you deserve the unicorn. I don't know. Yeah. That's about as organized as this super fantastic drawing for a unicorn dog is. So, yeah. If you want this, put into the chat why I should give it to you, and I will totally set it up so we can have it sent to your office or a P.O. box, so it is sitting in puppy quarantine until stay safe, stay home orders are lifted. Yeah, so if you would love this, sorry, I guess I'm like holding it in a very stranglehold manner. If you would love this, let us know. And yeah, oh man, I really thought I had wasted a lot more time with that. And going back to this Terraform run, nope.
Not nearly enough.
Yeah. I'm going to have to just keep doing it until somebody says something. Sorry, guys. You're stuck
like
with
watching
me.
Home Shopping Network, right? It feels like this. Like,
oh my gosh, yes. I love it. While that's running, I will bring up, because I'm like loving our wonderful backgrounds. Mine is from Schitt's Creek. If you are unfamiliar with the show, it just finished its final season, so you can watch everything if you want to. I love it. Steve is obviously in a Star Trek background, and Mandy has hackers as her background. And it just keeps reminding me of a movie that I watched last night where they had a technical like reference that was just so wrong that like it was cracking me up. So we watched a movie called Bloodshot with Vin Diesel, because we're big Vin Diesel fans in this family. We've seen all the Fast and Furious movies, all the Riddick movies. Yeah, we love him. Anyway, so we watched Bloodshot last night, and there's a scene where, if you're unfamiliar with the premise of the movie, basically Vin Diesel gets murdered and then brought back to life via special nanite technology where basically they replace his blood with nanobot blood cells or like organisms. I don't know. So he's like super strong. He can like heal crazy fast. But also apparently the nanites can like hack anything they want to. And so he wakes up from being murdered and then having his blood replaced. And he goes on a revenge spree, killing spree, to like kill this guy who wronged him. And the people who own him basically are tracking him. And the one dude who's like tracking him is like, okay, oh shoot, he's hacking the mainframe. Bring up a terminal window. And then what he does is brings up like a window into the desktop of whatever computer Vin Diesel's brain nanites are using to hack whatever. And so it's like 4 different browser windows and like all these different applications running in the background. And I was like, there's not a command line in sight. There's not even a reference to commands being run. And I just was like, I had to pause the movie just to like laugh my heart out. It was amazing. Yeah. So I was thinking we should have some sort of Netflix party where we just go through and watch movies like that have those tech ridiculousnesses in them and just laugh together. Oh man.
Is that based on a book or something? Like the story sounds very familiar. I know I have not seen that film. So
well, as I was watching it, I realized it was essentially the same plot as the movie Upgrade, which came out a couple years ago, I think. And basically in Upgrade, the dude, like, I think it's very similar. He gets murdered or something and brought back by some tech company. And they've just replaced his like spinal cord. I don't know, some medical term made up for the movie. They replace it with a computer. And so he's got like a computer living inside him, which is almost exactly the same plot to Venom with Tom Hardy, only instead of a computer, it's an alien living inside him. And so there's like these 3 movies, which you could probably play them all at the same time and like side by side, and they would have exactly the same thing going on at exactly the same times. Oh, yeah. It's magical. I love movies like that, though. Like, that's why I love the Fast and Furious movies. Like, nothing in that movie is believable to actually happen in real life. I love it. I mean, I guess I do drive a little bit like Tokyo Drift style sometimes, but that's as close to Fast and the Furious as it gets.
in Seattle? Like,
it's wet enough on the roads. Like, it rains, you can drift pretty easily. Or hydroplaning is what we call it. So much fun. Ooh, I Code Me 011. I did just start watching Altered Carbon. I'm pretty excited. I like the guy who stars in the first season, or at least the first episode is all I've watched so far. He's from a bunch of other shows, or a bunch of other movies and shows, but he's in a show called The Killing, which was also really good. Not really related in theme at all, but also a very good show. I like Altered Carbon, but yeah, there are probably going to be some tech anachronisms or whatever you call them in that show as well. Oh my goodness. We are still running. Let's see. And all of this just to see what that error code is in the end too. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's a better way to write the credentials file than using a template in Terraform. If it's unable to grab this without treating it weird. Okay, here we go. Oh. This is a different error now. I got failed to execute bash. Looks like it couldn't connect to my instance. That's weird. Let's see if I can connect. Oops, .ssh. Give it my good old AWS identity file. And then I think this is the automate server. So I'm gonna use the Ubuntu user. And I guess I could bring up AWS as well and see what's going on. Every time they add a new functionality to our single sign-on service, it like moves my list of where I know the items that I use frequently are.
And we can just like type a string into that search bar and it'll show you the ones that match. Like it has pretty good searching there.
My laziness is so strong though. I don't want to move from the mouse to the keyboard, Mandy.
Okay, fine.
Just kidding. All right. What's going on?
What all was in this Terraform? Like, is it Chef server and an automate server, or what is it?
Yeah. It is, where did it go? Yes. So it's spinning up Chef Automate, and then in addition to the Chef Automate service, it's deploying the Chef Server service.
Oh,
so
okay.
let's go up a little bit. There's a lot in here. So here we're downloading the automate package, and then here's the deploy command, and we're passing the product flag to deploy automate and Chef Infra Server, and then we go through and like finish configuring automate, and then down here we configure the organization in Chef Server, and then after we've created the users down here somewhere, here we go, yeah. After we create the users, we go through and then copy their testing file, or I mean not their testing file, their validator, their PEM file, into a directory where it can be copied onto the workstations. And we're creating, so we're creating the directories for those PEM files, and then creating the users and dropping the you can see our super secure password right there. Dropping the, oh God, damn it. Dropping the PEM file into the user specific directory in that drop folder. Sorry. Okay. Then we're adding that user to the organization that we created before. I know there's a way to do this in 2 commands instead of 3. Like you can create the admin user and then create the org and associate the user. But when I tried to do that, I think because we're iterating through each individual, like we're going through and creating a number of users exactly the same way. I think because of that, it couldn't go through and like iterate because it had already created the org once.
Oh, sure. Okay.
It couldn't be like associate user 1, associate user 2, associate user 3. So that's kind of why we broke it out, I think.
Yeah, it looks like your security group isn't open on SSH port there.
Oh, why not? I don't think I changed anything about that. That's very strange. Yeah, weird. Let's make this a little bigger and maybe we can figure out why. Let's see what it's doing. Remote exec. Okay, so it created the admin user and then maybe it's simultaneously creating the admin user and finishing the automate deployment. Oh. I don't even know. Oh my gosh. This seems weird, or like not what not what happened last time at all. Yeah, I think I'm gonna destroy, unfortunately.
It takes so long.
I know. It is, I know. I wish, like, this is the point where I think about like the unicorn project and like all those points he's hitting home, like make it small, make it easy to test. And I'm like, whoops, I am definitely flying in the face of that advice right now. I've got this like giant Terraform project. Ugh. Yeah. Maybe someday when we have more downtime, we can go through and like clean this up and break it out into small testable fragments so that I don't have to keep doing this. Oh yeah, sorry, Code Me. We are working on a Terraform project that goes through and, like Mandy was saying, deploys Chef Automate as well as the Chef Infra Server. Both side by side in the same server, which we have working. That's totally working. The part that we're trying to troubleshoot right now is we've gone through and, like I was saying, created all these identity files for our users. And now the other part of our Terraform project goes through and spins up workstations for however many students we're going to have in a workshop, or I don't know, however many workstations we want. And it also creates a Chef server user for each of those workstations. What we're getting caught on is copying the credentials and the necessary information in order for the workstation to communicate to the Chef server. I'm having trouble getting Terraform to copy it over in the right format. So we're like so close to having this be like code complete and ready to be used in whatever workshops and stuff we need. But it's this error that we got last week escapes me, and maybe with Mandy's eyes we can figure out what the heck's going on. Or maybe with all of your eyes. Oh, also, in addition to this project that we're working on, we're giving away this amazing unicorn dog. Mandy challenged me to be as much like QVC as I can. Oh, shoot, I should bring it into the scene, so I'm going to. Today's feature is a pug dressed in a pink uniform costume. With this pug, you will receive lots of snuggles and hugs to help you with social distancing during the time of COVID-19. So if you would like this delivered to your office or a P.O. box or somewhere where it can sit in quarantine until it's safe to get things, please let us know, and you will receive this wonderful unicorn dog in honor of the sober holiday National Unicorn Day, which was yesterday. So yes, join us in celebration. And again, that took much shorter than than the Terraform run to go through. That took much shorter than the Terraform run. Oh, Steve, I can hear you, or I can hear us on your in your background. Oh, this actually looks like it's getting, well, it's getting further than the last run, I think. No, never mind. It's not in the remote exec portion of creating the users and stuff yet, so still going through. What it's working on right now is, as I was saying, using the Chef Automate deployment service to deploy both the Chef Automate package and all the dependencies for that, as well as the Chef Server package and all of its dependencies. So it's like a super easy way to spin up Chef Server, as if you were here for the first like 30 minutes of this stream, you will recall that we were trying to go through the steps in a Vagrant file and it was not working. And so this is proving like this is a lot easier to set up Chef Server with the Chef Automate deployment service. So that's exciting new, sort of new feature or feature of Chef Automate, of the Chef Automate package. It's been around for a while. We just haven't really, I guess, like I didn't know that it was around until recently. And so I think people just didn't know about it until now. But it's it's a super direct way to deploy a Chef server. So yeah, I guess I can pull this down. We don't need to like watch the time tick by. We don't need to watch paint dry, or as they say. And maybe if I ignore the Terraform, like my mom always said, a watched pot never boils. So then I would be like, wait, are you encouraging me to like stop watching what I've put on the stove?
Seriously, if you're cooking with gas, do not do that, right?
Watch the pot, okay? But also, a watched Terraform never deploy. No, I don't know. Oh man, yeah. Okay, so we're still installing the services, which is not, that's a little disheartening for me just because it takes so long. Yeah, I'm trying to think if maybe maybe if I give a file extension to the template, it will resolve my issue. I don't know. It was like, I forget what the numbers were, but it was like /U92019 or something like that. A Uline error. And I was like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I like typed this all out manually I
Yeah,
don't
I
think.
don't remember what it said either. If it was actually content in the file that I couldn't write, or like it was the file name it wasn't happy with, or
Yeah.
I don't remember. But now that you say that you got that Unicode error, I definitely did remember that.
Yeah, yeah. I also, what does this mean? What is the U in VS Code? Can y'all see like next to the credentials file it has a U. Up here it has an M. Is that a Git tracking thing? Maybe? Like this is an untracked file and this is a modified file.
Hover over it again. I think it actually gave you like a hint.
Oh, that would be smart. Yeah, it does say modified. Let's see what the U says. Untracked. Yes.
There you go.
Thank you. My intuition was right, even if it did not lead me to just hover over it. Like, duh.
Yes. They're trying to help you out in the UI there. You're just
Ooh, here we go. Starting all of the services. That's good. Infra proxy. Ooh, okay. There are our chef services. Chef server services. And ooh, while this is going, actually, I have a video that my teammates put together that I'm going to subject you all to because I have that power. So just kidding. I won't let the power go to my head, but I am really excited about this video because it showcases a few things that have been going on internally at Chef that are pretty cool. First of all, we're like I was talking about earlier, we're moving to more of like a solutions based approach to things than a product based approach. So there are a lot of different ways to, I don't want to use skin a cat as a metaphor, but whatever a good metaphor is in replacement of that. There are a lot of different colors you can paint a bike shed. How about that? A lot of different ways to shave a yak. There are a lot of different ways that you can implement the different solutions that Chef offers. And so we're kind of moving towards this solutions-based way of talking about things, which I think is also very DevOps-y. Like in DevOps, you're using whatever tool will actually solve your problem, right? It's not about the tool, it's about the solution that it provides. And so it is like very in line with DevOps principles. So that's one of the things that it highlights. The other thing it highlights is my producer, Garth, and the rest of our creative team's awesome work over the last few months to pull together like a really cohesive vision for what like chef branding should look like. I'm like really excited to see it. And then finally it stars one of my awesome coworkers, Alan Lubin. And so you all should call him out on like Twitter, go check it out on YouTube. And also you're going to see it right now here as my Terraform package finishes running. So without any further ado, I introduce you to our latest video from the Chef creative team. Here we go.
Digital transformation changes the way organizations serve customers, operate businesses, and differentiate from the competition. Over time, patterns have emerged that elevate digital leaders above the rest. Chef calls these high performers coded enterprises. They leverage code to reduce complexity rather than increase it, and that's helped them to overcome 3 common challenges. 1, how to manage heterogeneous application portfolios. 2, how to embrace new technologies like containers and the cloud. 3, how to maintain security without slowing delivery. These coded enterprises know how to apply code to automate infrastructure and application delivery. They've unlocked the ability to rapidly, repeatedly, and securely deliver value to their customers. To Chef, code is power. Code brings order to complexity and empowers organizations to master it through the continuous automation of every aspect of their application stack. Changes to infrastructure configuration, security and compliance policy, and application dependencies are made quickly, confidently, and securely. What are considered digital transformation challenges to others are competitive advantages for coded enterprises. They achieve what was once considered impossible. They make all of their applications, not just new applications, agile, secure, and easy to manage. Like the auto manufacturer that used to spend 7 days deploying applications with a 50% failure rate, but now deploys changes with the push of a button. They gain application portability and the ability to move any app to any modern platform as needed. Like the airline that once faced large platform end-of-service fees, but instead avoided them and can now deploy updates to Microsoft Azure in minutes. They achieve security while speeding up. Like the bank that once delayed application releases for up to a year to complete security reviews, but now remediates compliance issues early in the development cycle and reduced audit cycle times by 90%. Coded enterprises are built with Chef. We work with thousands of the world's most forward-looking organizations to help them become fast, innovative, and secure.
All right. So what did you think? I feel like, have you all heard of those? There's like a craze that swept the nation about a year ago. I think it's still going, but it's like audio.
The asthma stuff.
Yeah, ASMR.
This was like more like there's like cool jams to study to videos, right? It's like 7 hours of like just chill.
His voice is so soothing to me. I just love it. Also, he is super smart and have you ever worked with him, Mandy?
I met him in January. I went down to give a talk at the Atlanta DevOps meetup, and he's actually going to be our next speaker on the Chef Users Global Digital Meetup on Thursday.
Ooh, on Thursday? Next Thursday?
This coming Thursday, yeah.
Ooh, cool. Okay, what time is that going to be?
Whatever. It's 4 p.m. Eastern. So
Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Okay. I'm gonna put that into the chat so people can see too.
Yeah, I can post.
And is it just, what is the meetup group called? Chef Users
I posted it to all of them.
Oh, so okay.
It's in all of them.
Alan is just like, he's very awesome. I got to work with him a little bit last year when we did our compliance, security and compliance road trip, which, by the way, we're talking about trying to do a digital version of that. So stay tuned for a digital road trip. Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Mandy. Mandy just tossed into the chat the link for to join our digital meetup. So like she said, that's going to be 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Pacific time, and I always like to translate into GMT, but it's really hard for me.
It's at 9 p.m. London time, but they're on British Summer Time, which is UTC +1.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I have a time zone calculator open in my browser.
Smart. I have like on my phone, like my phone desktop, I definitely have it there. I need to get something that just like floats in front of my eyeballs, like maybe a Google Glass that just like always has it in front of my eyes. I'm so bad at translating time zones. Oh man. Um, okay, we are in workstation creation, which is good. It got further than the last time we tried to run this. I spoke too
No.
soon.
Yeah, your SSH is timing out there.
Why in the heck?
I don't know. Open up your AWS console. Like maybe we can see what's going on with your thing there.
Yeah. Let's see. I wonder if, I think I had to, authenticate using the, like, Google second factor code or Okta code
Oh, yeah,
thing.
the Okta stuff, right?
Um,
Is your Terraform creating a new security group or are you using one that's already in there?
I'm creating a new security group. Yeah, I don't get why it keeps calling it Atlanta. So, oh, because that's from before. Sorry. Let's see. Yeah, sorry. Let's sort by mine. And we have these two guys are running from today. They should be in the same.
No,
Weird.
that's super weird.
Yeah. They're not in the same, but I don't think that was a problem prior. So let's see. What did I change? um, well, let's keep looking. Let's look at this security group. It should have all of the stuff it needs open. Okay.
Yeah, 22 is open on that one, right?
Yeah, but only to anything within this security group. It looks like. Oh no, it's open to everything.
Yeah.
Never mind, sorry. Yeah, okay. Go back.
That one's all right.
Yeah. Let's see the other one. That was the automate one. Let's look at Atlanta. This is just all open. There's nothing secure about that.
Oh, yeah.
Why can't I connect now? Maybe it is my Okta. No. How do I? Oh. How do I so I'm using whatever Okta tool I think Irving created. Are you familiar with that one? Uses Z shell.
Only barely. Yeah, that was one of the guys who used to work on ops put that together for us.
Yeah. Mine didn't work until I started using that, and then it was like working just fine. But I did have to re-authenticate, and I'm wondering if that is what caused this to stop working.
I don't know, because I don't usually use it that way. Like I keep mine that I have to log into them with my local login PEM file. But I originally downloaded from my account, so I don't know enough about the authentication on the hosts in AWS.
Yeah. Let's see. Permanently added So wait a minute. It looks like it is writing a file. Oh, it's not able to actually do that, right? No. Yes. Here is the command failing. Huh. Well. Crap. Now can I not? Let's see. Oops.
Oh, hey, there you go.
I don't know its password though.
No.
Maybe
At least
that's
it's connecting.
Oh, that's the workstation anyway. That's why.
Oh, okay.
But
well, then does the workstation? If you log into the workstation, it should be able to bounce in if they're not open the whole way.
Yeah.
Are they all in the same VPC?
Why was it?
This one looks like it's going to time out.
Yeah. Weird. I said stop it. What the heck? My system's like, this is too much. Once you stand up Chef Infra Server in AWS, try and copy that instance somehow so you can pull it into a Docker container or point to it from a Vagrant file. Well, Steve, this is a slightly different project. I'm just trying to get stuff into a working state. Since we found that module that has the steps to go through and configure knife, I think all we need to do is get them instructions on how to like spin up a CentOS image inside of Docker, and then we're golden. But I'm not sure. Do I want to become famous? Gosh. I don't know. That's kind of a tough question. Like, there's a lot of negative things that appear to come with fame. So, not to get like super existential with you, Livy92, but I don't know. I don't think I want to become famous. Like, I think I'm good with the amount of fame I have right now. And I definitely don't want to buy followers. But thank you for the offer. I appreciate it. Thank you, Steve. Steve says I am already famous. I appreciate it. Yeah. So that failed. And this is like super frustrating because it totally worked last week. And the only thing I have changed really is that I downloaded this Vagrant file into the same directory, but it's not even like Terraform isn't going to look at that at all. So I don't know why that wouldn't have any effect on it. So what the heck? Yeah, see, I already did these steps. Why isn't it working? Command. So it's using my PEM file the whole time though to go through and like configure the automate server and create the workstation instance to begin with. And we see in AWS that it is associating my my key. So I'm not sure why and our security groups are configured properly. This is very strange and like more frustrating than the error last week, which I had no idea how to fix. This I have no idea how to fix, and it's frustrating because it was working last week. Yeah, really the only thing that I can think of that's changed is the Okta authentication. But why would that have any factor here? Like, you don't have to if all I want to do is SSH into an instance that I spun up into AWS, I don't need to use Okta to authenticate, right? Yeah, so I wonder if no, it wouldn't have changed my PEM file.
Oh, I'd hope not. Oh my goodness. Oh. Freaking computers.
No. This does have a weird space in front of it. But let's see. That's up here. Where do we do this? Oh, from the workstation. Oh. I think, yeah. So, oh, but this is a local exec. So this is actually happening from my workstation, not from the actual workstation, I think, right? Where's Will when I need him? Let's see. Pulling in my AWS key pair file. It is looking for everything in the drop testing directory and pasting it. I still think it's weird that we can't even SSH, into it though. Let's try it with the chef user maybe. I'm gonna try, ooh, what is this? Well, whatever. I wanted to log into that automate server anyway, and that's what I need to do. Guess it's convenient that I never close any windows when I'm done with them. Okay, let's grab the automate server. Wow, that's still working away. Sheesh. Yes, Ubuntu. This is very slow too. This is weird. They're like fine in AWS, right? Yes. Looking okay. Passing 2 checks, which I'm assuming is like a heartbeat. Are you alive? Interesting. Yeah, this is just real strange. Also, the subnet has hab management.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I'm like, there's some weird corrupt in that account. I don't. It's pulling in some strange stuff.
Yeah. Well, admittedly, just like with my Vagrant file, this is something that I pulled from somewhere else. So there totally is a bunch of cruft in it. And Robin was like, a couple weeks ago, we were talking about how I should probably like save my changes and like rebase this with the master because there have been some huge updates since then, including like giving you the ability to use Terraform 11 or 12 within there
Oh,
instead of just one. So yeah, so I should probably do that at some point, but I wanted to get to a state where it was like, hey, I have everything, I'm done with everything. Now I can like merge it in, but
yeah.
might be a mistake.
You're being denied.
Yeah, seriously.
Ay, ay, ay.
This is weird. Why is my key not working? What can I do to change that?
I mean, it honestly just looks like it's timing out because the port's not open. Wait, I mean, you could try SSH with the debugging turned on to see if it's anything else. But like, if it were your like perms on your key file, like that comes back right away.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Is that a flag that I can pass easily?
Yeah, it's just -v, I think, like lowercase v on it.
Ooh, yeah. Very verbose. Let's see. It's...
Oh, no, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Connection established.
What the heck?
Oh, freaking computers, man.
Entering interactive session. What? What is even happening? Okay, so...
Wait, what the hell? No more. What the? I've never seen that requesting no more sessions thing before.
Yeah, that's weird. Users? No. It's... Yeah, this is real strange. Well, I don't really know what to do if I can't even get it to the state it was in last week. Let's see. Whoops. New.
What kind of terminal are you in? Are you in the VS Code terminal or are you in a regular terminal?
No, I'm in the VS Code one.
Try it in a regular terminal.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm looking at like some stuff on Stack Overflow that's like WSL errors. Like
weird. Okay. Whoops. Whoops. Okay, come on. When you keep hitting escape instead of tilde.
Just bonks at you.
Yeah. No.
Bonk, bonk,
No.
no.
Ubuntu at... Oh shoot, I should have done -v again.
Well, that doesn't look like that's it. Okay. Let's see what else.
Yeah. I don't fully understand why Z Shell is saying that it is my default and also to update your account to use it, do this. Like, if it's the default, isn't it already using it? Who knows?
That was a recent update, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
I'm not sure.
I don't think I've updated though. You mean an Apple update or a...
Yeah.
Oh. Well, shoot. Maybe I should run. I always am like, I'll just run this command that this program is telling me to run. There's no danger in that, right?
That's fine. Just download whatever you find on the internet. It's all fine.
Yeah, like, I can do that. Let's safe. I'm gonna do it because everybody's watching me, but... Nope. Not it. I'm gonna close and reopen one more time. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to do this to all you lovely people, but I think
You're gonna destroy it and run it again, aren't you?
I think I'm gonna have to destroy it and run it again.
Oh.
You know what that means, though. Unicorn Pug. Unicorn Pug is coming back.
Awesome.
Oh. I can't. Yeah, this is just very strange.
Super weird.
Last week, the changes that we made to the automate Terraform file made it so that whoops. Sorry. What did it do? Never mind. I can't remember now why I was starting to tell you that, but it had something to do with efficiency and running Terraform apply and destroy so many times. But yeah, I'm just trying to like rack my brain over what we did last week that would have... I don't think we made any changes when we were trying to troubleshoot the Unicode thing. So.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't know if you got that far. We kind of ran out of time last week.
Yeah. Harumph. Well. Let's see. Well, anybody have any burning questions around Chef or anything that they want to ask while this Terraform command is destroying? That's just really strange that they're not reachable. Like, I didn't change anything. Maybe it's because Will is not here. Maybe he physically needs to be, or virtually
Could be
needs
your good luck charm on this. You have to
Yeah.
have a talisman when dealing with this project.
Exactly. uh, darn it. Let me check my variables, make sure those are all still sane as well. Or where are we? Terraform .tf bars. Automate user. Workstation count. Those are all correct. Yes. Oh, that's where the Atlanta is coming from. That's all looking correct. What is even taking so long for it to destroy them? Holy cow. Oy. Mandy, we have, I'm working on some stuff for the upcoming Chef 16 launch.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. And I'm hoping maybe you can help facilitate. I think we have a call next week though. I could just talk with you about it there.
Are you the one doing the webinar that's scheduled for 2 weeks from now, or is that like Nick or?
Might be Nick. I'm not sure. I am supposed to be working with you on getting maybe a digital meetup scheduled with maybe Lamont and Tim.
Oh, we should totally do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. And then also it would be nice to get them both, one or both or everyone on this stream to kind of talk about it too. Or like actually do demos would be cool.
Yeah, 100% on that new stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'm down. Like the good part about like doing the meetups online is like you can just pick a time because I don't have to find a place.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Like I can get speakers, wherever, but it's like finding a place to actually hold a physical meetup is a pain in the butt. So yeah, I got the easy part left. Yeah, whatever. I have a speaker lined up for the next 2 weeks. So like the last week in April, like whatever day we want to do one, we can totally do that.
That sounds perfect, actually, timing wise.
Yeah.
Because that's when is the official launch?
I think it was to be the 28th.
Yeah. Okay.
In my mind. I think the preview webinar is scheduled for the 23rd.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, so whatever day anybody wants to do 1 or 2 or whatever, we can do that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We can coordinate that. What? Seriously? I don't think it took this long last time to destroy. Maybe I'm just impatient and it did, and I
didn't think it did either, to be honest with you, but like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe your computer's haunted.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, what the heck? They're destroyed. What is your deal? I was gonna wait until I ran Terraform apply to pull the pug unicorn out again, but I might have to do it now.
I think we need more content than just the pug unicorn. I don't know.
Seriously, this is frustrating.
Heck, man? That's crazy.
What's happening?
Oh,
no. Yeah. What frustrating times with Terraform right now. Oh, yes.
Like, is it honestly taking 4.5 minutes to destroy every component? Is that what's going on? What I'm reading there?
Yeah,
like
and this
behind
is like
the screen of our faces. So like.
Oh, yeah. It's been taking 3.5 minutes, yeah, just to destroy.
Yeah.
You're right. It is like hidden behind our faces. Yeah, it's trying to destroy the security group and the subnet, but it's like freaking out about it.
Oh yeah, it's like just cycling.
Yeah. Let me I'm also, I don't remember seeing this hab management subnet. I can't figure out what that would even be doing. Wonder where I set that, where we set that.
That was attached to one of them. It showed it in the interface, but I don't. It's not actually declared that in your Terraform file, is it?
I feel like it would have to be. Here we go. Security group is random. Okay. This is setting all the values. Where's the subnet? Volume. Weird. I'm gonna have to like locate that. Oh my gosh, seriously, 7 minutes? What is going on? Is this because I was playing with Vagrant earlier? Are you mad at me?
It might be. It might be unhappy with you.
Terraform, I can love two different provisioners.
All right, I'll be back. I have to go to Twitter for that.
You know what? I think maybe it might just be time to call it on this one, and I
don't know.
like 10 minutes just to destroy an environment that isn't even working in the first place is too much. Yeah, I feel bad if we don't like get anywhere with it, but
I think it's lost its way.
Yeah, I don't want to make people stand around and like try and watch it run. Anyway, you're totally free to to bounce off and come back if we're still at it.
Well, I'm going to take a bio break and I will be right back. So
okay. All right.
I probably have a blog post I need to continue working on this afternoon, and that's nothing exciting to watch either. So.
Oh yeah.
Boy.
Man. Yes. I love it. Hey, BB-8. You can join our stream. All right. Where are we? Let's say search for hab management. Whoops. So it is in here. Okay. Whoops. Oh, in the load balancer, looks like. All right. Okay, this is just ridiculous. I'm going to authenticate one more time. And try a destroy one more time. Yes. Kill them with fire. Oh yeah, that worked. So it might have just been that my Okta AWS creds timed out. Good news. let's see if we can apply it. Oh, yes, please. Now we get 10 to 20 more minutes of Terraform. Yay! So much fun. I love Goldie's B Gold's comment in chat earlier. Code, code, code. Code, code, code. That is what we do. Oops. Let's bring that back up so you can at least see some action going on. Oh, so super exciting, everything that's going on right now. It's Terraform spinning up. Super, super fun, super fun. She's back. So while you were away, I canceled the Terraform destroy and re-authenticated with Okta.
Oh,
And
okay.
My
Is that it?
creds had timed out before it finished destroying.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so the destroy is complete. Finally.
Okay. Oh
Now
my
we're
God.
applying.
That is hard to remember. So like, it's almost to the point where like you almost have to re-up that thing like every command just in case, like because even
Yeah,
trying to change its duration doesn't seem to listen to that.
nope. It's man, and until I installed this like plugin that Irving created, it was touch and go for me to even authenticate using just like regular Okta AWS.
Yeah, I've blown it up a couple of times with just random stuff that I've been working on. So,
Yeah.
oh well, computers. Oh my God.
Yep. Man, I really started to feel like the social distance yesterday very strongly.
Yeah.
It's been like building this whole time, but yesterday I was like bleh. I want to go to a movie. I want to, like, I don't know. I want to go do stuff,
I want
social
to go
things.
somewhere other than the grocery store
Yeah,
for
exactly.
yes, I totally understand.
I've
People are
had,
definitely getting punchy. Like I looked out
yep.
the window the other day and there was like just this like half a dozen random dudes hanging out outside my window across the street. And I'm like, what are you even doing over there?
What
Like
are
two of
you?
them are in pajamas and the other ones are in like regular street clothes. Like I have no
Oh my gosh.
idea.
Yeah. We went to the grocery store the other day and we were like looking for chips and some dude was on the aisle, the like opposite side of the aisle was soda because chips and soda, duh,
Go together. Oh
go
yeah.
together. Um, he just like walked up, seemed like he was looking at the soda, and then just like turned to my partner Josh and was just like started rambling about his general life, I think. And
Oh
it was not super easy even to understand what he was telling us. Like, he was just going on so many tangents. Like, oh my gosh, it was ridiculous. And he was like right there. Like, I was like, do you not get what, like,
right.
back up, move
This is
back?
your dance space. This is my dance
Yeah,
space. Right.
like
Like
no spaghetti arms here. Come
oh,
on. Yeah. Yeah, and then like maybe 2 weeks ago, I was at the grocery store by myself standing in line and like they've literally taped
tape
like
lines on the floor. Yeah.
yeah, like stand here and there's like signs everywhere that are like in order to respect social distancing, stand on the fucking mark or pardon me, stand on the frickin' markers that we put down. And I'm like standing on one of them, waiting for the person in front of me to finish paying. And this little old lady comes up right behind me, like inappropriately close, even if there isn't,
Yes.
even if there
Yes.
wasn't this whole thing going on right now. Um, and she's like, she just starts like, just like chatting about I don't even remember what because whatever it was so non sequitur, like there was no gentle introduction to this conversation. She just was like wow, just like the dude. I'm like they must not live with another person,
Yeah, maybe
and so like they literally don't have
any
anybody they can
outlet.
talk to.
Yeah.
I, on the one hand, I feel bad, and on the other hand, I'm like, back up.
Right. It's like if you almost like if chat roulette hadn't been so like creepy and awful, like you need like chat roulette for like secluded boomers or something, or like just
Yeah,
people who are lonely and want to chat with somebody else. Because my mom would talk your ear off. Like you could totally just call her and talk about whatever.
it's,
So
yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, it's crazy.
yeah, yeah, people are getting a little stir crazy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Man. And I live in like the neighborhood that I'm in is highly populated with elderly people.
mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I get it. Like you don't have someone or like you need this outlet, and I have to like get over my initial like let me help you mode
Mm-hmm.
and just be like cool, I'm gonna stay back and like
Yeah.
uh,
I'm also like I'm also an eavesdropper and I will totally like people watch at the grocery store. So like
yes,
I lived in Manhattan during Sandy, so like prepping for Sandy was hysterical. Like some people just were not thinking straight at all. Like you're in like
jeez,
Dwayne Reed and buying like 4 king size Kit Kat bars and like some Yoo-hoo or whatever nonsense there. But like people here are still like doing weird stuff in the grocery store too. Like last week, this one couple was there and they were masked up and had their gloves on or whatever. So like they're kind of aware of what was going on, but the stuff that they were buying was like super weird. It was like a pack of cheese slices and like a bag of, it wasn't rice, but it was like some other, like the store that's closest to me is like a world market. So you don't really know what anything is because it's not regular SKUs. So it could have been like yucca flour or like something else. I have absolutely no idea what they're buying. It's Kraft singles and some tomatoes. And I'm like, is this your once a week shopping trip that the governor has told us to do? Like, what are you buying?
Yeah.
People are strange.
Yeah. that reminds me of my granddad a little bit. Like, my grandparents were married forever. And my grandmother passed away, I think last year, maybe the year before. Yeah, I think it was the year before. So she passed away 2 years ago, but she was the one who did all the housework and stuff. So like she made all the meals, she did all the other stuff, but the main thing was she made all the meals.
Yeah.
And so when she passed away, he was like, he would be eating like 2 chicken nuggets defrosted in the microwave and like a sandwich made with white bread and like, I don't want to say mayo and ketchup or mayo and mustard and that's it, but like it was pretty close to that, and that's what he would eat because he was like, for 50 or 60 or 70 years he didn't have to do any of that. Now though, like now he's going out to like restaurants you would never expect to find him in, like based on what I just described his eating was like, you would think he would like only go to like maybe American style restaurants, you know, maybe a burger joint or whatever, but he goes to like Thai food now, and like it's a pretty like drastic change from from before. So yeah, like stuff, emergencies or like not emergencies but like catastrophes change the way you operate as a human.
Absolutely, you have to adapt. The lost men in the grocery store do sort of crack me up. There's been less of them, I think, in the past few weeks. Is like we're only really doing like one big shop, and like I feel like some partners aren't maybe trusting their spouses to get all the right stuff if things are short or out. So
that is an interesting dynamic that has come up in the last month is and I've seen like a lot of tweets about it. I've had a lot of side conversations with friends about it, but like people are starting to feel the strain maybe of the responsibilities that they've taken on and not shared or delegated with other people. And I guess that's like a really politically correct way of saying there's a bunch of partners out there that are like, what the F does my partner even do? They are helpless. Look at them.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it is something. It's really bad where my parents live. Like it's a poor community, and there's a lot of elderly people there, and you definitely see, you know, folks that are like not used to doing this kind of work, and they're in the grocery store and they're like confused, and it's just it's terrible. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Can I help you find something?
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird stuff, and like their local grocery store. I don't know if you've seen these online yet, but like their local chain put in these like helper robots, right? So it's a big, tall, skinny robot that like travels through the store, and you can't really talk to it. Like I'm not sure exactly what all it's supposed to be doing, but like it'll report like spills and breakages and things like that. But like it really confuses people. But like
that is so weird.
It's so strange. It really is. Like one time I was at I was in the produce department, and like the guy was stocking like lettuce or something, like putting packages onto a shelf, and the robot like came right up behind him, and it was like, oh, that's a little weird. And the guy's like, please move to this robot. I'm like, oh, that thing needs some debugging. So
That's funny.
it was amusing, but
Yeah.
so that freaks everybody out too. What's this robot doing here?
That reminds me of the chef rally. Every year, the internal staff at Chef has like a week-long in-person meeting where we all come together and like line our visions and, you know, hear about what's coming in the next year and all that kind of stuff.
All that cool.
And at the end of the week, we have like our company party, essentially. We don't have like a holiday party or anything. We're a very remote company. And so during this 1 week, we come together and then we have a party at the end of the week. And this year, the party was at, it takes place in our headquarters hometown, which is Seattle, Washington. And it took place at the Living Computer Museum in downtown or down south of Seattle. And it was a really cool museum. I highly recommend going there if you're ever in Seattle touring, or if you live in Seattle. Highly recommend it. But one of the technologies that they have is one of those like rolling robots. You can control it from remote, like you can control it remotely, and it has a like iPad screen, so you can like video broadcast your own face.
It's a presence robot. Yeah. Telepresence robot.
Yeah. I don't know why, but those things kind of creep me out. And when I got to the chef rally party, one of our really awesome coworkers, Rob Kidd, it's gonna be Rob. Yes, of course. He had control of the robot. And I think Kimberly Garmo too. They were both like playing around with it, and I had just gotten there and I was not ready to interact with a robot. And so like, but they saw me arrive and I could see the robot was like making a beeline for me. And so I was like, well, the robot can only they can only interact with me if they can see me. Mm-hmm. And so I just moved to the side of the robot's camera so it couldn't see me. And it started like trying to look around to find where I was. Oh, which made it like that much more creepy because I was already trying to avoid it, and now it's like, where are you? Where are you? But yeah.
I really thought we needed like a herd of those to run like Chef Comp, like telepresence robots at the Hyatt, right? Yes. Like everybody's there via telepresence robot would be hysterical.
That would give a whole new meaning to digital Chef Comp.
Yeah, it would be crazy, right? It would be absolutely ridiculous.
We should just buy every attendee a robot for them to be able to. Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah. Okay, I have to look at these robots in grocery stores now. Let's look at this.
And it looks like your Terraform failed again.
It does. I'm not happy about that. Where are you, little window? Just stay there, please. Sorry. Oh my gosh, it has googly eyes.
They have googly eyes on them. Yeah, they're super weird.
It has giant Google eyes. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay. Well, this is also crashing my my computer. So yeah, it looks like it failed with the same exact error message. So I need to figure out what in the F got changed. So yeah, thank you for spending 2 hours with us trying to figure out whether or not our Terraform project worked. And the answer was, it doesn't. Yay! The good news is, it is actually accomplishing everything that I wanted it to accomplish in the first place. It's just not finishing the like writing of that validation file. So like the Chef server is all deployed and working just fine. It's just a matter of getting that file over. So yeah, I'm gonna maybe meet with Will and see if I see if he can magic his way into making this work again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for joining us. And I feel like if there's anybody left paying attention, whoever it is, you win. You win the unicorn pug. Or if nobody wants it, look at how cute its paws are.
So
I mean, come
cute.
on.
Oh my goodness.
How can you not love this guy?
So beans.
Also, I'm pretty sure it's a royal unicorn because I bought it at the I think at Heathrow, London Heathrow Airport. And I think it's supposed to be like a reference to the royal family's love of... No, they like corgis. Never mind.
Corgis, right?
Not pugs. Oh well. Well, then never mind. It's not royal. It's just a plain old unicorn pug. Poor guy. Now he's so sad because I said he's normal. Oh, his eyes are like really crooked looking. Anyway, nobody spoke up, so I'm going to take that as a sign. Nobody needs this pug unicorn in their lives.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, but you know what? That just means next week, someone else will get a chance. Maybe out there somewhere is a little child who needs this in their life, and their parent just hasn't started watching this stream yet. So we can all hope that this pug finds its forever home.
Oh.
All right. Thank you all again for joining us, Mandy and Steve, who already left, but I'll give him thanks outside. Mandy, thank you for joining us and sharing your lovely thoughts and face and all that with us. And yeah, I guess I'll play you out with the same opening video that I played in with, and I will see you next week live at 11 a.m. Pacific time at twitch.tv/Chef Software, which I really shouldn't have to say because if you're watching it, you're probably right here anyway. So see you next week. Bye, y'all.